Hey, hello. Welcome to my little rock academy, and today I'm in a somewhat strange but highly interesting place. It's Broborg. It's a Viking age hill fort, and it's got vitrified walls, and I'd like to show you this. And it's believed that the Viking settlers here had purposefully set fire onto their walls in order to vitrify them, to partially melt them, which has been demonstrated to actually increase the strength of the wall. So the legend here says that the Vikings here were under siege, and they gave up and burnt their own castle because they were overwhelmed by the enemy. But I guess there's a true core. The reality is that they did burn these walls themselves, but in order to make them more durable. And here's the evidence. So let me quickly take you there and give you a little impression. So here's some of these larger blocks that you see, and they are welded together. And here you see almost lava-like textures down there. And it's all very bubbly, so loads of volatiles came out of these rocks. And the rocks here are mainly Precambrian gneisses and granitoids, and partly also glacially derived, partly from local outcrop. And this was piled up here and then eventually welded together in the upper wall. And if I take you over here, there you see the melted bits and the kind of roundish tongues of the, well, artificial lava. And if you come around here you see the texture of the gneiss. So, and down here we see the individual blocks. And they're all welded together, and this is partial melt that was sweated out of these rocks, and it decreases the strength of the solid blocks, of the massive blocks, but it increases the strength of the entire wall of the pile of rocks, because the smaller and larger blocks can now stick together. So this was probably a strategic measure. It was a building measure to increase the strength of their walls and therefore have a much more fortified position. So, thank you very much for joining me here. We have looked at artificial magma today. Temperatures here must have been pretty high. Likely charcoal was used, 1150 degrees. And this is very hard to do with a little bush fire. So, this was done with a purpose. Thank you very much for joining me, and hope to see you soon again. All the best. Bye-bye.